Captured in the mid-Edwardian period, this photograph shows the Greenfield Gardens in Stourbridge. The bandstand can be seen, the fountain is in full flow, and the park has many visitors. A man with a straw bow tie stood next to the railings. He may be acting as a warden. Sadly, the grounds, located in what is known today as the Old Quarter, do not look as attractive as they appear here.
Indeed, by the turn of the millennium, the space was looking rather untidy. Sometime before the COVID-19 pandemic, a community group called the Friends of Greenfield Gardens sprung up. This body contacted Fields in Trust, which works with local authorities, voluntary organisations and private landowners to enable land to be protected for future generations through a deed of dedication. Moreover, teams of volunteers regularly form action groups to ensure Greenfield Gardens looks tidy. They also hold community events such as craft days or plant sales within the grounds. The character of the park has inevitably changed as the trees have matured. In effect, the space is semi-woodland. Gone are the gardens as such, the fountain is no more, and the bandstand was removed some time ago. Much of the railings were smelted down during World War II, along with a tank from the previous global conflict that had been a display piece within the grounds. One historic feature remains in Greenfield Gardens. In March 1906, a drinking fountain was erected in the memory of Henry Kelly, brewer and publican of the Angel in Coventry Street. Such was the esteem in which he was held in Stourbridge, the fountain was funded by his many friends. A well-known sportsman, he had earlier lived with his mother, who kept the New Inn on Enville Street. The business, a partnership with his brother Frank, operated a number of public houses in the locality. It was because of this that there was opposition to the erection of a memorial to a brewer from the local branch of the National British Women's Temperance Movement. However, the objections were overruled by the Council's Baths and Parks Committee. Typical of Edwardian committee meetings that dragged on for hours, there was a right hoo-ha over the naming of the gardens. At a meeting of the Stourbridge Urban District Council held in the Town Hall's Council Chamber in June 1904, a number of the members put forward suggestions such as Avenue Promenade Gardens. Once the subject was raised, most of the committee waded in with their views on the correct appellation. There were proposals for Greenfield Gardens, Greenfield Ground, the Arboretum and Stourbridge Pleasure Gardens. Nobody could agree, so a second round commenced in which Stourbridge Pleasure Garden was put forward again, strongly opposed by Mr. Collis. Alexandra Gardens was bandied about. The meeting was seemingly descending into farce when the chairman told them to get a grip. Finally, the vote for Stourbridge Promenade Gardens was given the nod during a vote of 12 votes to 6. However, the official title was never really settled, though Greenfield Promenade Gardens was the title used in reports when the grounds were opened. The small park and recreation area was formally opened on Monday, July the 6th, 1903, by Fanny Nash, wife of Isaac Nash, the chairman of the Urban District Council. Costing £2,000, the land for the gardens, formerly known as Burnt Oak Field, was owned by the trustees of the chain manufacturer Edward Bailey's. It was acquired by the Urban District Council out of the profits of the gasworks. Oh, those were the days when folks could see tangible benefits of utilities. Designed by the town surveyor Frederick Woodward, the planting and horticultural work was carried out by Frederick Godfrey of the seeds and nursery business with premises in the High Street. Erected by John Geston, son of Brettle Lane, the bandstand was donated by Walter Jones. The fountain water feature was purchased by the flint glass manufacturer Joseph Silvers Williams Thomas, resident of Parkfield. It was previously sited in the garden attached to the Metropolitan Bank House. The ornamental pool in which it stood was filled with goldfish, the gift of Captain Whitmore Garrett of Wassell Grove. Prior to the official opening, there was a large procession from the town hall, headed by the Titan Works prize band.
Manufactured by Messrs Elkington and Co. of Birmingham, a silver gilt key was presented to Mrs Nash, with which she opened the gate and declared the grounds open to the public. The Edwardians loved formal ceremonies, so they had another for the opening of the bandstand. Thanks for viewing and listening to my blurb. You can post your comments below, particularly if they will enhance the information for other viewers. You can also click on the subscribe button to receive a message when a new video is uploaded.